It's Friday, it's 9 o'clock, and it's time for Should I Stay or Should I Go? Brought to you by Morongo Casino. Now, this is the segment of the show where you, the audience, decides the fate of an up-and-coming talent. Do they have what it takes to become big and famous rock stars, or should they pack their bags, move back home with mom and dad, and start working on Plan B?
Should I stay or should I go?
We do have a very special guest with us today. He's going to be our guest judge. His name is Barry Fay.
Things that he has seen, Frank.
Yes.
My goodness.
He's a rock legend in and of itself, among rock stars, because Barry Fay, American rock concert promoter, is responsible for bringing some of the greatest bands of all time to the United States. Like I was just teasing, saying in December 26, 1968, Barry Fay promoted the first Led Zeppelin show in North America. That's who this guy is. Just to give you a quick synopsis. Hey, Barry.
How you doing, man?
We've met.
Wait, what?
You were based out of Denver, Colorado, right?
Right. I found heaven in '67.
Yeah. And I worked in Denver doing mornings on
You call what you do work?
Oh, it's excruciating. Look at these hands.
Yeah.
Soft as the baby's behind.
I worked at Alice 106 on a morning show that, I don't know, you might remember. It was the Frosty, Jamie, and Frank
Sure.
show. And I was Frank from that show. Now look where I am now, Barry. Hey, about that?
L.A., man.
L.A. on the most legendary classic rock station in the country. But yeah, it was probably 17 years ago. And I was reading, because Pete Townsend was one of the forwards for your book that you have out now called Backstage Pass. And I was reading it last night, and he was talking about being in Denver in 1996 when for the Who show. And that was downtown. Where was it? The Performing Arts Center where they played?
96?
In 96, because I think I met you, and you were like, "Hey, come down to the sound check." But I showed.
No, that doesn't sound like me.
It was you.
I said that?
And then we snorted coke off Bette Midler's ass. You don't remember?
Frank.
I'm totally
This
kidding.
is Barry.
I'm totally.
He's an icon.
No, I went down there, and
Well, how'd you meet him at the radio station?
he is. I mean, when he walks into the room, I was like, "That's Barry Fay."
Oh.
That's the guy.
Hey,
Because,
you.
yeah, he is, like I said, so well known in the industry as far as being a rock promoter. It was ridiculous. And when I met you, and you basically gave me, this is when I was very new to Denver and doing mornings, you allowed me to go to the sound check of The Who. So I had this venue where it was like, nobody was there, and they're on
Talk
stage.
about surreal.
Yeah, and Roger Daltrey comes down, sits next to me, and says, "So what do you think?" And it was like, it was one of those things, and because of you, I had that experience that I will never forget. And it'll never happen to anybody again. And it's just an honor to have you on the show.
Well, thank you. To me, there's three groups. The Beatles started it all, put us all in business.
Yeah.
But then you got the Stones, the Who, and Zeppelin, and that's really the big three groups.
Is there anybody like the you now?
Right.
The promoter like you were throughout history. Is there
it a
anybody
different
doing
world?
that job now? Or is it
Okay, well, let's face it. The business in the 90s changed from the music business to the business of music. And you had the corporations take over. And because when I retired in 97, the highest ticket price I'd ever charged was $71 for Pink Floyd, the Stones, and the Eagles.
And that was a lot of money back then.
That was the top ticket I ever charged. But now there's no soul, there's no personality. It's just two big corporations, Live Nation and AEG. And that's it.
Now, back in the day when you were, let's say, a band that was an up-and-coming band that maybe not a lot of people knew about or they didn't have a huge fan base and you had to fill a club or an arena or whatever, how did you get that? Because you're the promoter, so how did you do that to make sure that hundreds or maybe thousands of people show up?
Well, let's take U2. We had a club, but you might remember the Rainbow.
Yeah.
And U2 played there twice. And then it was 1,400 seats. And look what, after two numbers, I said, "This is going to be the biggest group in the world, man."
Wow.
They got the musical integrity of the early Who. And I called their agent, and we just got to be friends. Then we did Under a Blood Red Sky at Red Rocks. That was in '83. And we did the US Festival out here.
So the Rainbow was 1,400, and then Red Rocks was how many?
9,000.
Oh, my God. That's quite a jump.
Yeah. And then, the US Festival was, they did 330,000 people because they were on with Van Halen. Originally, whoever tried to book them for the US Festival, because I only did it with 60 days to go, had booked them on the first night was The Clash, who you just,
Yeah.
And they asked me, they wanted to be on the rock and roll night. So if you really have nothing to do with your life and you want to look on YouTube, you'll see me introducing Ozzy and U2 on the second night. of the US Festival.
Nice.
Yeah,
life.
in the book, they talk about how you were just so hands-on and such a warm and open guy. Like, what's the artist need? And like you said, the heart and soul.
Keep them
now it's
happy.
a very cold and sterile business. I mean,
You took care of the fans first.
Yeah.
And then the group.
Without them, none of us are anything.
None of it. We all got to go find a job.
That's right. Yeah, who wants that?
But it's in your blood. It's in your soul. So it's like when you're listening to music today, is there an artist today you're like, that guy truly has it, and it's not just some,
I don't want to sound like sour grapes, but to me, the last great album was 1987.
The last great album.
I agree. Yeah, that's not sour grapes. That's fact right there.
I mean, Guns N' Roses,
Well, let's.
Unfortunately, it turned out to be manic depressive heroin.
That's why it was so good.
Outside of that, though,
maybe that was the recipe.
Appetite for Destruction was a great album. Of course, Joshua Tree came out in '87.
Yeah.
So after that, but it's not.
It's not the same.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I want to use your expert ear and see if the band that we're going to have on the show today is a band that has the potential to possibly make it. They go by the name of Half Brother. They were formed in the summer of 2011 in a garage in Los Angeles.
Are there any garages left in Los Angeles?
I know, kidding, right?
Singer-guitarist Rob Tilden it says they've been doing this for since 2011. They walked out of their first practice having already written some songs together. So they're on the phone with us. So we have Rob Tilden on the phone. Hey, Rob.
How's it going?
Hey, Rob.
Say hello to Barry Fay.
How's it going, Barry Fay?
I'm all right.
This is a huge opportunity, Rob. I mean, this is insane. How big
I'm
this
well
is.
aware. It's pretty rad.
Okay, good.
So you know how this works, right, Rob? You've sent us 2 songs, but we want to hear your best one, the one that you think. I mean, like this is what everything rides on. And people call in 1-800-955-5567 and tell you if you should stay and pursue your dreams or if you should just stop doing what you're doing today in music and go back to what your regular job is. Do you have a regular job on a daily basis?
I am 16, so no.
Oh,
16
wow.
years old.
Because I usually tell bands before they start to get a trade like welding, good, honest, good, honest work, get paid by the hour, because it's a tough. Oh, Rod, it's a tough job.
That was just a little sample of the Heidi and Frank Show on 95.5 KLOS. To get more samples like this and hear all the fun we have, you can do that at 955klos.com. Now, to get the show in its entirety on demand, and if you want to watch the show, we webcast it every day, all you have to do is go to HeidiandFrank.com and become a premium package member. Do it right now.